The Treaty of Paris 1783 stands as a pivotal moment in history, marking the formal end of the American Revolutionary War and the recognition of American independence by Great Britain. While the negotiations primarily involved the United States, Great Britain, France, Spain, and the Dutch Republic, the role of Austria in shaping the treaty's terms and outcomes warrants examination. Despite its distance from the conflict, Austria's strategic interests and diplomatic maneuvers played a nuanced role in influencing the final agreement and reshaping the post-war European landscape. 1. Geopolitical considerations. As a major European power, Austria had a vested interest in the outcome of the American Revolutionary War, albeit indirectly. While Austria was not directly involved in the conflict, its rulers, particularly Emperor Joseph Roman II, closely monitored developments across the Atlantic and assessed their potential impact on the European balance of power. Austria's strategic calculus was shaped by its desire to maintain stability and prevent the emergence of a dominant hegemon in Europe. 2. Diplomatic maneuvering. Austrian diplomats, led by Foreign Minister Johann Amadeus von Thugut, engaged in discreet diplomatic maneuvering during the negotiations leading up to the Treaty of Paris. Recognizing the potential implications of American independence on the European balance of power, Austria sought to advance its own interests while also monitoring the positions of other European powers. Austrian diplomats maintained open channels of communication with their counterparts and carefully assessed the evolving dynamics of the peace negotiations. 3. Neutral stance. Unlike France and Spain, which had entered into formal alliances with the United States, Austria maintained a neutral stance throughout much of the American Revolutionary War. However, behind the scenes, Austrian officials closely observed the conflict and assessed its potential implications for European geopolitics. Austria's neutral stance allowed it to carefully weigh its options and avoid becoming entangled in a conflict that did not directly threaten its interests. 4. Balancing act. Austria's role in the Treaty of Paris can be best understood as a delicate balancing act on the European stage. While Austria was not directly involved in the negotiations, its strategic interests and geopolitical calculations influenced its approach to the peace process. Austria sought to maintain stability and prevent any single power from dominating Europe, while also avoiding antagonizing other European powers or risking its own security. 5. Legacy and historical significance. The role of Austria in the Treaty of Paris 1783 highlights the complexities of European diplomacy and the pursuit of national interests in the late 18th century. While Austria's influence on the outcome of the peace negotiations may have been subtle, its strategic calculus and diplomatic maneuvering played a significant role in shaping the post-war European order. As we reflect on this historic chapter, we are reminded of the enduring legacy of diplomacy and power politics in shaping the course of history. Conclusion. Austria's role in the Treaty of Paris 1783 exemplifies the intricacies of European diplomacy and the pursuit of national interests in the late 18th century. While Austria was not directly involved in the conflict, its strategic calculations and diplomatic maneuvers influenced the outcome of the peace negotiations and helped shape the post-war European order. As we reflect on this historic chapter, we are reminded of the enduring legacy of diplomacy and power politics in shaping the course of history.